What's up, everybody? News is gone. Luckily, Rodney's posting us updates. What's that? He did not post any updates this week. Yeah.
iPad's in the shop.
We'll get better. The iPad is in the shop. But we're going to try something new here. Kind of like, breakdowns and different shit like that you hear. To start this off, I just thought about this randomly at work. Like, let's talk some fucking Castaway and let's pose some weird questions. These are my questions, but one of these other guys are going to come up with random questions for next week or the week after. And we'll kind of rotate between 4 people so everybody's got time to think this kind of shit up. So I have 3 questions here about Castaway. And they are, let's talk about Wilson, man. Y'all remember Wilson, the volleyball?
Yeah.
Oh, man. When Wilson is drifting away, of course, the Wilson, I'm sorry, Wilson. That whole scene, everybody knows that. When he's drifting away, is Tom Hanks saying he's sorry because he can't save Wilson? Or is he saying sorry because he feels like Wilson is intentionally leaving him, so he's trying to mend whatever reason Wilson is in fact ditching him?
I think it's because he can't save him.
Okay. So you think it's clearly just, I can't save you, Wilson.
Yeah, like
I apologize.
This is my one shot to get off the island. I'm sorry I can't come and get you.
And you're not
I'm
coming
sorry.
with me.
Yeah.
He's that damaged. Interesting.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I just think he's saying sorry for letting letting him go and making it like a final decision. Like once he was in that raft, his mind was made up. Like I'm not gonna come after you. So he's just
It's
apologizing.
my only shot to, it's my only chance. I gotta.
This is the furthest he's gone
risk
yet.
it to save a volleyball, even though it's his best friend in that state of mind.
Yeah, but he's not seeing him as a volleyball though. Wilson's a whole person, dude. So are you agreeing?
Do we
with
know that he's
Another
not seeing
one?
him as
That's
a?
initially how I think of it. I'm trying to think of it and spin it the other way.
Yeah, because that's how I've always looked at it. But then I don't know where I had a moment where I was like, ooh, like what if, dude? Like, what if he legitimately feels like Wilson is leaving him? Because he's not looking at Wilson as a volleyball. He's looking at Wilson as a person. And in that moment, through all their, little hardships, everything they've been through, maybe Tom Hanks actually sees Wilson as just like, I'm out of here. And, the ocean's carrying Wilson away, right? But he might not be looking at it like that.
Almost as if Wilson's mad at him.
Wilson's swimming away. He's fucking leaving him. And he's just saying, I'm sorry, Wilson, come back. Why are you leaving me? The more I think about it, I think it's the other way. It almost feels like Tom Hanks is sitting there in his character, and he's like, look, I'm sorry, Wilson. Like, where are you going? Wilson, I said I'm sorry for whatever I did. You keep leaving me. He's going away because Wilson's choosing to do that. Because if Wilson is, in fact, an entity to him, he could swim back to him. Wilson is purposely going away. This is my theorized.
That would be him making it up in his mind.
Well, yeah.
And him saying
what,
sorry.
4 years was it? It was a long ass time.
Oh,
he was
yeah.
out there.
But that's where we're at with it. To him, in this situation, Wilson is in fact a human living being. Maybe not a human, but he's a living being. And to him, he's looking at Wilson, and Wilson is taken off. It's not a volleyball that would get taken out to sea. It's something that is physically leaving him and is going away, and he's apologizing to it and hoping it comes back. He's saying, come back, come back. I think this is something that most people think what I even thought, what y'all said initially, but when you really break it down, Wilson's not a volleyball that's going to carry it off sea. Wilson is something, and it's paddling away from him, and he's saying, sorry, come back. And he is saying, come back, over and over again. He's looking at it the other way. I think 100% actually, the more I talk about this, there's no way he's looking at it like, Wilson, I'm sorry. Like, he's looking at it like Wilson's taking off. Yeah. Wilson's gone.
I'm 100% he's saying, sorry, I let you fell out. Like, I can't, this is my shot. You only get one shot, one opportunity.
Really?
To seize everything you ever want. Don't call me out every time.
I can see what you're saying for sure.
I messed up.
I'm going to stick with mine. But I definitely see what you're saying because after
it
that
makes
long
sense.
Period,
but I stand my ground.
You believe that the volleyball is a person.
He's saying, "Come back, I'm sorry," as if he's leaving. On purpose.
Makes sense.
Yep, y'all lose. No, I'm just playing. Okay, all right. Here's another one.
Comment what you think.
Yes, when Tom Hanks actually gets away after therapy to deal with his almost certain PTSD, do you think there's ever a point where he can be like, wow, I actually was that close to a volleyball? Or he still cares that deeply about Wilson and truly misses him?
I think he still misses him. I think once you make that connection that he had made, I don't think there's anything to undo that.
Yeah, because he does almost seem normal though. But so it makes you wonder, like, because that's what's crazy about it. It really does make you think deep down, like, is this motherfucker still sitting there, like, going back to reality? He's got to lose some of that craziness, you'd think, in order to fit back in with society. But he still has those moments that flare up. This man could definitely get to a point where he's just like, wow, dude, like, I thought that volleyball was real. Like, and if he does still miss Wilson, what does he see? Does he see a volleyball, or does he see some person out there with him named Wilson still? That's what's weird about it. What does he think of this situation?
This is a weird one for me. I think it's a combination of both. I think he does realize, like, wow, I can't believe I was that close to a volleyball. But then again, I think he still misses it. Because, like, if I, like, lost my truck, I'd be like, damn, I really love that truck, but it's just a truck.
Mm-hmm. But
I
it
don't
was
know if you can
never.
compare that though, because
Yeah, that's
you're on an
a
island and your literally only friend for years
Like,
is a volleyball.
I just use a truck as an example.
But what
like,
he's saying is he's not stranded on an island with his truck, and he would still miss his truck because it's gone.
Oh, okay,
like, he would
So
realize, like, oh,
he's
that's
taking
crazy
it to the nth
that
degree with the volleyball, so of course
Yeah.
he would still miss it.
yeah, he would still miss it, but I think he understands, like, wow, like, I was out there for 2 years, like, you do crazy things. I can't believe but then again, you can.
Was it? How long was he? Let me look that up real quick.
Yeah, you can. For me, dude, it's a tough one. Like, when I was sitting there thinking about this at work, I was like, I don't know. See, I feel like he came to. I think it's one of those things where he probably has moments where, like, the PTSD or whatever flares up, where he can be like, maybe like a wife or something. That's another conversation we're about to talk about real quick. The third question, where he could be like almost fragile in the moments, like, no, Wilson, he was real, it was real. And then, like, somebody be like, calm down, he was not real, and it's okay. We understand what you went through. And he'd be like, he wasn't real. None of it's real. I'm okay. And he can come too. I think he overall does know what Wilson was, and he knows it was a volleyball, and that's hard for him to accept. But there's definitely moments where he kind of goes back to those moments, and he can't get out of it, and somebody's got to calm him down and bring him back too. But overall, I think he realizes now, like, holy shit, like, I was friends with the volleyball. But he does have those flare-ups where he kind of loses where he is at in life. That's
But he
kinda what I
doesn't miss
think.
Wilson.
Yeah, he misses Wilson.
I think
we all agree 100%. He does still.
Yeah,
miss
there's
All right.
there's an emotional void there that he can't fix. But the question is, does he realize, at least overall, that Wilson was in fact like
So
a volleyball?
we're on the same page, I think.
But do you think that though, that there's moments where he kind of falls back into that, where he's just like,
I'm
Yeah,
sure
of
he has his
course.
moments when he's by himself, maybe.
Yeah, and he thinks
he'll
about
have
it, and
a
he's like,
PTSD.
man,
Mhm.
He might even go into like day spurts about it,
Like,
where
it'd
he
be cool
closes
if
himself in
Wilson
his
was
room
here.
for like 4 or 5 days, and nobody hears or sees him or anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
that was a
But
good one.
for the most part, yeah. I mean, because you got to think about like almost people in prison that do like
Yeah.
15 years, 20 years, they come out and they're fine. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it takes time,
Yeah,
but they're fine. But they will always remember that experience, and they'll always have like flashbacks of that, experience. So
100%. That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah, it's a tough one, dude. It's crazy what PTSD.
and it's 4 years, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
You
So
looked
it's
it up?
4 years,
That's
yeah.
double
Damn, dude,
what
you're
I thought.
fast. All right, third
Well, I'm the
question.
fastest.
How did Rondi look that up?
Rondi.
Rondi Rousey. Ronda's arousing. The other question is, this is a weird one, where somebody is presumed dead and then they come back. The wife here, she's just, it's you. I have a family. What? Like that whole situation. How in the fuck do you navigate that if you're Tom Hanks' character? Because you don't want to be selfish, but you're also like, my life was stolen from me. Like, can I at least have this coming back? And also, as the wife, like, do you ditch it all? How do you navigate that situation on both ends, because that is a fucking tough one.
I got an answer for this one.
I was hoping you did.
With him being gone, presumed dead for 4 years, I understand her moving on after 4 years.
100%.
But
It's more of
if
a
it
love
was
story,
like,
not, yeah.
if I would set a time on if this happened to me, I want to be able to get over it and move on for probably 2 years. So it just depends on how long you think, because you're gonna hold out hope for 6 months, but then after that, you're just like, you kind of know,
From
like,
the wife's perspective?
yeah.
Yeah, because at a certain
Like,
point,
would you
life
move on
must
if you were
go
alive?
on, but that's a tough one. I think there is bonds that are so strong, they just can't be broken. I think you do see people where they lose a loved one, they go to the funeral, and they can't get with somebody else.
But also after 4
That's the more
years of what
romantic
he
way, I guess.
endured out there, like, she's gonna have to like deal with all of that and just trying to.
Yeah. So what do you think
But
about from Tom Hanks' perspective, though? Like, how does he handle
in the
that
movie? He's
situation?
a smart guy. Like, he's an understanding.
He's friends
you know.
with a volleyball dude. He can't be that fucking smart. I know.
For 4 years on an island, come on.
He's like, yeah. He could have been friends with the tree branch.
I think he understands.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, she already started a life. I need to figure out and start my own life again.
Yeah. That,
But I hope they stayed in touch.
true, but then
I'd
that's
say
fucking
that.
even weirder. You're it's like,
Make it more complicated.
yeah, dude,
Yeah.
that's got to be.
Feelings.
You talk
Well, like, they're on different sides of the country and they like mail each other letters every now
Pen
and then.
pals.
Yeah, they don't
they
stay
page
like,
each other.
They're not.
They're
He's not.
phones.
He didn't move to the next town.
I mean, she did give him the Jeep, you know.
Is that a name for a pussy?
No,
I was gonna say that must have been a deleted scene.
no, the Jeep, the old Jeep.
Yeah, and he can remember her by that, so it's kind of sentimental.
Mm-hmm.
But like, dude, I mean, we hear about relationship problems all the time. Like, what do? You got to take a break, or how do you come back if the relationship didn't work before? Do you want to try a second time, even a third sometimes, and maybe the third time does work more often than not. It doesn't.
So,
But what do you do here in Tom Hanks' situation? You want to talk about overly complicated? I mean, what do you do?
You ask, is his dick bigger than mine?
That's
You
true.
have to respect whatever she wants, essentially.
Yeah, but how hard is it not to be selfish in that situation?
Yeah,
out of
we're
all
very-
What are you,
situations?
selfish? You're going to kidnap her and run away with her?
No, the selfishness of like you lost your whole life and then you got rescued and you probably were like, oh my God, I finally get to go home. And you go home and home's not even there. It's like, wow,
The
man,
love
my
of your
life
life.
was ruined more than anything ever. And the only thing that kept me holding on was coming back. Even though you probably had that in the back of your mind too, that she probably didn't move on. But it would be the easiest situation ever. Like, that takes the best man in history to be like, yeah, I know I missed out on this relationship and our love life that was so pure and perfect, and we had all these dreams and all this shit. But you know, that time where I accidentally got lost on an island, yeah, that wasn't my fault. That ruined that. So yeah, you go on with your life. I'll go away and go, fuck me right for the 100th time. God hates me. Like that would be so hard to be not be selfish and be like, look, I love you. Like,
I know,
but at the same
4
time-
years have passed.
Well,
and it would test you too, being on that island. Maybe you build up, like, you're able to deal with hardships better too. But I don't know. That's tough. That's where the selfish part comes in.
my thoughts on all this is, if in their situation, the characters of Tom Hanks and shit, I can't remember who the wife was, who played the wife.
I
But
don't know.
anyway,
Haven't seen it
between
in a
their
while.
characters,
This is a random.
I think that them being separated is okay and everything is fine because it has been 4 years. I get she, waited some time, after about like a year and a half, the hope is kind of lost.
Yeah, I mean,
That's a long
it's
ass
missing
time.
plane.
Realistically, that's like
Yeah, you can't
forever.
blame her.
So what they did was perfect because when he comes back, she has a husband and kids and all that. And the kicker is the only reason for him to need to want her back, from where they are now, is if they had kids involved. If they had kids before he left on that plane,
Definitely changes things.
then that changes the whole question. But they don't have kids, so I think the situation was played out beautifully. As opposed to now, if they had kids, and that's a different story. He has more to
But
fight
that's
for.
even tougher.
What if they had a pet?
The pet, that's worse.
Yeah, and he
I know.
loves.
I want my dog.
Give me my ferret.
Oh, this man loves ferrets. But yeah, but the question is, though, like, do you think you could be that big of a man?
I would have to be. And I know I would make myself be.
Yeah.
Just because, like, in that
I don't know
situation,
if
like,
any
you
of us
gotta,
know, but yeah, we
in a
think we would.
realistic thought, like, it's done. It's been 4 years. That is so long.
It would
And
be so hard to accept it, but I would
it'd be a
force
bitch to
myself. But I
accept.
would be so miserable. I'd force myself on the outside.
honestly,
to be,
I don't think I would even, if I were to find out when I got back that that person was married and had kids, I wouldn't even contact them.
what if it was your best friend?
Oh man, now
What do you
that'd be
mean?
terrible though.
Like,
No,
Imagine-
I couldn't.
But imagine that, just like her
Because-
friend Deborah's just like, you're not gonna believe this. I don't remember his name in the movie, but Tom Hanks is at the fucking supermarket
She
I'm
has
at.
a new life.
Yeah, but imagine that he's just like, he's alive and he didn't tell me. What the fuck? Like, you can't do that.
Why do I need to
either.
tell you if you're married with kids now? Like,
Yeah,
why does it
I think
matter anymore?
You
I think
have to say it.
something, and then it is then put on them because
The love of
if
your
it was
life.
true love or whatever that you had,
And it's
they're gonna
closure you're
come
looking
back
for.
and come to you at that point.
Yeah.
And if they say no, you've got to move on
Okay.
and live your life without them.
I mean, I just
Exactly.
lost fucking Wilson, dude. I'm not trying to like lose my
No, no,
wife.
like-
To,
Well, you already have.
Yeah.
Here's the
Again.
thing.
You
Here's-
lost everything.
Yeah, here's the thing though. I'm not even gonna put it out loud. Let's just say you were with somebody, with Deborah from the supermarket. We'll just say you're with
She was
Deborah
so
right now.
sweet, too.
Because I'm not gonna say real names. It's horrible to even say. Say Deborah dies. That's
Deborah.
who you're married to right now in real life,
She
right?
was such a bitch.
Yeah, Deborah dies, and then you're like, oh my God, and you moved on, but it hurt you every day of your life. And even like with this new person, you're like, God, I really miss Deborah though. And then out of nowhere, Deborah reemerges, and you had no idea she
Yeah,
reemerged.
I don't need to be with that person if I'm still thinking about Deborah. Like,
No, that's what I'm saying. Deborah reemerges. Let's
You
just
would
say
go back
Jamie.
to Deborah.
Let's just say fucking
No.
Jamie. I didn't want to
No?
say the name. No, it's not even about going back. It's just like if something bad happened to Jamie, please God, never let this happen. I hate even saying that out loud. But if something bad
I'm
happened,
stuck with Deborah.
yeah, I know. But like, I wanted to make it personal to you, but I didn't want to say the names. I didn't wish death on anything, even if they're hypothetical. But if something bad happened to Jamie, but it's hard to explain stuff. To
And we're
you.
talking 4 years.
Yeah, no, Jamie for 4 years. I'm not saying you go back to Jamie, but imagine you're like heartbroken about it, you're still sad about it, and somebody hits you up and is like, dude, I saw Jamie today in the supermarket. You wouldn't be like, what the fuck? Jamie's alive? And like, and she didn't even
No.
fucking tell me?
I'd be like,
So-
fuck you for saying this stupid joke to me.
Yeah, but I know, but then you find out it's not a joke. You would be pissed that you didn't get notified. It's like, yeah, I've been fine.
I would
the
want
whole
an
time.
explanation. I don't know. How,
That's
I
why
don't
it
I'd be a
doesn't
little
work.
mad, but I'd still want
You
an
have to
explanation.
But if
Contact
my
that old
situation
person.
was like the Castaway situation where I have a new wife and 2 kids, like
You're not her. You're you. You're the person on the island. No, yeah, never mind. I'm tripping. That's on me this time. But yeah, you're Jamie in this situation.
The
I'm
one
then turned
time,
around.
for
Yeah.
once.
Yeah, Jamie. You're Jamie in this situation, and then you're just fucking no, it wasn't. It was flipped around. It's just because the role reversal of the female and the male. You are the girl in this situation. You're the girl.
Yes.
Jamie got caught on an island,
Right.
and she's fucking gone.
I have
you're
a
you
wife
have
and kids.
yeah, you have a
I'm
new
keeping
person.
it the way it is.
You can keep it that way, but I'm saying you're not upset that.
Of course, I'll be upset, but I'm not going to reach out.
you're
Dude.
not reaching out. You're not upset that she didn't reach out and say she was alive after you thought she was dead.
No,
that wouldn't haunt
Because what
you.
if she had found out that I had a family? Like, why would she? Do
You're
that?
worried about that. You're like, I
The
don't.
family is a huge aspect of this whole thing.
I know, but you still deserve to know that she's alive. You thought she was dead, and then she's alive, and you just find out from someone else she's alive.
4 years.
Doesn't matter. You found it. That even makes it worse. Like after 4 years and you don't tell me you're alive. I have to find out from a friend that they saw you at Kroger. You're alive right now. That wouldn't bother you.
I mean, yeah, it bothered me, but I'm not gonna.
Exactly. That's my point. I'm just asking you if that is a thing.
Yeah, it would bother me, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
like look into it. Like,
No, I'm not asking looking into it, but you said like this all stemmed from you saying just like I wouldn't even tell the person if I was still alive.
yeah, she would be pissed.
Exactly. You have to say that
Doesn't
to
mean
the
I'm
person.
changing my answer though.
I know, but that's not what I was getting at. Not the answer. I'm saying you have to tell the person.
I disagree. We can agree to disagree.
'cause
This
you're
has gone
selfish.
terribly too long.
No, I don't think so at all. This has been great. All right. Guys, let us know your thoughts.